spare parts bo be ye di wo krom a na wo mo wira fin kran so say
I wish for aha Ghana SMTVGH. Make like a comment, subscribe, turn your notification so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded to
you. So what is happening is voice.
Yes.
In fact, yeah, me one was say at this moment to Crampono, you're John Dramani Mahama, yentu na ba ningu ye. Obi be kasa na me make that statement. Oh yes. Because and someone okoka me started from Cocoa for no because voice o she Cocoa dwumadi a wo mo ye no a enye dwuma ketewa wo Cocoa no ye dua na omagugu so na se nyini a akate kurasi so a ansa na wodi nru agu so na Cocoa fo no kra no sika hin wo munya Cocoa bag ye kokoton Cocoa bag from Lawrence Mreso eba besi President Kufuor Mreso President Kufuor Mreso ni yehu Cocoa increment or the Cocoa mass spraying eba ye President Kufuor Mreso ni yebehu se Cocoa buo kra kosoro ewo wiasa manso a President Kufuor tum ofiri ho Mills John Dramani Mahama ba yantu Cocoa muda ene wo mu free ho Kufuor do buy obefa ni from 480 cedis and about 3,100 Ghana cedis. And this Ifonia opportunity, you can say, at all forcing. Yera John Dramani Mahama, any Pedifonia opportunity ni Cocoa Nkwafo, Kujina Western Region, you catch them say. Now, Keswam NPP are buying to Cocoa almost 6,000. And to Amoba, Omba to Mabrosa, and Cocoa Nkwafo ni Yajidio Womo. Now, yeah, rather menstrumo. Cocoa Nkwafo na womanie franoa. Share. Voice, most of the farmers, you know, one do one more for them, so for the door. And for instance, voice, so when I would hear Obi, I would do Cocoa for no, me many fra, me the man for the mawa, who now babetin wakoton Cocoa now discover me. Just imagine, say 4 months, many fra na me yare da na se won fa Cocoa scammer me then me didi. You are John Dramani Mahama, but you won't trim on the Cocoa on me, a quaffon. Farm ya dear Bakwani ye dene, it say me dini say, a we are say dini a Ghana, say, Ukute Sikakra wintimin tosheno, Cocoa quaffone ye day. Ya best say you are John Dramani Mahama say, why ye be a ye, and Tronoa oditira Cocoa quaffono, say a ye, Cocoa quaffoni soon. And then dear Cocoa quaffone say, woman the koto abati NPP too, say dear NPP found born in town. Woman the cow. Boys, Cocoa Quaffo ni say, woman a koto aba, na bambia or your dada for, and commissionibia or your truth to say you're John Dramani Mahama near to force and a dada wom. Na kanya san komu koto aba ne ma you're John Dramani Mahama mo do medio manito. Me ko Abossey Okai, boys say what to say Abossey Okai spare parts for so me dear Abossey Okai spare parts. John Dramani Mahama offer 40% and 2 taxes so. Because in 2023, dealers on spare parts and the Becca Tre Yewura, a Kufuor say, $1 boy a day, $80 na cost no, a Kufuor 3 more day, a to a more time I don't Dramani Mahama, but one more yet demonstration. And the NPP are buying. One more said that, and can't tell Yama, spare parts more by you, Chroma. No more will a few crowns to say. Omani a Timono Kufuor at that time no there was a COVID, there was Ukraine and Russia and a pandemic at the Ghana so anyway say but we were able to survive yet me survive through the economy and I say the structures of Abraham Kufuor ne baumia and then Mahama said dollar 12 cedis or said 9 cedis or said they said 12 cedis or 2 woman spare passimo 20% into almost one by demonstration 1 week. Woman nim no more demonstration. You be muscle the flash one rough. Oh, Chroma. The spare part dealers. So woman nim no more demonstration. So almost one my bayaba. Now say you tina Chroma. Voice Chroma. Dia ba ko ye dokruning tinam. Wa to spare parts wo Chroma. Adia na kanebo fo under Kufuor. 3 cities. Now the highest was 5 cities. Yes, so now you criticize about NPP are buying, and net dokuru ko marketer, and you 5 cities, 7 cities, and 12 cities, KK, and Chinam, and you 15 Ghana cities, at the point you say fuel 9 cedis to 10 cedis per liter. Se uto fuel no se siara voice ukwa adwuma mo antwe ye unya de obedi. Yeah, Messi ni contractors no crowd ye asem ye mobo because they say escafoni si dem bio. Wama was cano because dollar now perform Emma say dollar no our kasa perform no a depreciate no sikana womu nyabi and find your business. Womu nyabi o ukita dollar no na uko marketer unya obi pono do sikana man say omo osidi na womo osidi ya bibisa voice say ukita $100 say sia now the co bank say ukwa kosisa cement bag ahe na obetimi ato and the kufuado baumia na ukita $100 o the co banker utimito not less than 22 bags or 20 bags of cement. That tells you that the economy was doing well. And then one say omako what friend then the inflation digit omako 0.8 and I say 3.8 single digit inflation. Boys, I'm just pleading with you. Just go to circle tomorrow. Now, echo boys na ton phone so no they be some say what are the crises that they are going through? The NDCs are afraid. This government, ye say beka master. But me di manu si no. Ade ba ko a abenya ya ne say nurses for woman team 14 months ni ye ntimi fa nurse ni adwuma ye ntimi fa police for adwuma. Unim say till now soldier for no a ebi nipa makomako 12 ewu ye no ye ntimi fa soldier for no a ye da so ye home screening. Voice unim say police for yes. My brother is in that process. My brother over them says here or that so-called screening on ye. If for no more other region of Froma or see and Flower police recruitment, yen fa woman we be see nay, yen one like nobody, yen fed jumum yen phobia, and a bine dasuna or that Ghana for West Mobin Kasa.
Me da say Orimpom, me say the issue has become so bad to the extent says they say no nkofo omani efra nyina say omuko demonstration and na join news report here no people with disabilities set 30-day ultimatum for employment plan or face protest. And nkofo omani efra nkofo omuntimi kasa nkomumufuo ni nkofo like their how do you call it, deaf and everything, they are going on demonstration. Uncle Nkwatabisa, good evening, Wakwaba.
Oh, the voice. What to say?
Yes, I don't. Kakra cry, Gusu. Now where?
Hey, Boko voice.
You 5 minutes ago.
Near course of the time.
Yes, Samu.
Now, didn't the Americans say? Meteor Randia be married a hoye because so we a chief executive officer of Cocoa Border. It is not a matter of taking your cocoa to the world market to go and sell. Your ability to influence price, your ability to negotiate price is very key. And one thing I will be sure NPP bar power no. NPP bar power no. Ghana ne Ivory Coast. You for me alliance be this cocoa you may the Ghana club headquarters.
Yeah.
And no na boy. And the influence where market price and my price and it cost through. And it's a way a chief executive officer, all those negotiation skills is part of your job. So what you say, but what do you want to and now supply a year can they say, oh, my better cocoa buyers and the determine price amount. Buyers no, they are going to the no determine price amount the end they win more juma. Now, the voice idea men who were between the NDC and NPP when they say NPP supporters no. When they see something wronger, they see it and they point it out. It is all your NPP ni. Not the NPP are buying 1 or 2 things in Koyi no your NPP ni he will come out. But NDC supporter there. Say driver no kaka na kosha bottomless pit mukura na obe presi driver na so a good driver. That is NDC for you. Where say see a wo bisa NDC ya omuksi ejuma president Mahama bo enye ejuma ketwa. Inti me bisa say NDC supporters no omonti say koku ekuyafo for 3 months yentu amokada. Meanwhile, NDC supporters no could be a cocoa equiafo, but they don't care. Once a year, my buying a was no, or mube woo cry your massam. Enti, media debia meka, onipa NDC nino. Wakoye te se abrantie bia okumune papa kumune maami kumune nuanom nyina. Ye de ne court ko bu ni kumfa. Di obeka kire judge ne se opa ne che wo ni mobo efiso ya ankonam. China NDC ni te pepepe. They are the cause of Ghana's problem. Yet they pretend as if they know nothing about Ghana's problem. NDC for you. Na ebinom bi omo this guy see omo ho obape osena me ye NPP ni na mejai now no mesre me nuanom NPP for say mo so mo starting kasa asem ni bi mo kwa mo se na me ye NDC ni na esusu bonne ni adwene bonne nti me fi NDC abadwa ni NPP yes starting kebi juma omo di no into oba no wabeka into obi gina nche obeka sa ambo de mu amu nua MPP ni na o kan so na boa ebi no mo de ye nua kan yo NDC fo bebre ko se kan achi NDC fo bebre e ko se kan achi e no mo ye campaign o mo ye campaign so oni vote so na me kire no enti me de me pese me ka kire ye nua no Ghana for ne se de ye ni ada ho ato force ni ere kopoku si onko mo ba omo be ma yen koko 6500 bisa say 6500 3000 a yi kura no so ba beti so yi so 3000 pu no inkrofo de nada ni atro sa bitimi abeje akonwan na da ni atro NDC mesi NDC ni de we so petumia se Ghana be bokura na NDC ni benya tumi kura ope se Ghana bebo me si wote se Bible mu ema mienu na obaako bewu ye na Solomon so ocheba o se ye nche ni mu ni ye ma me half sa na ndisi ni akoye na nipa wuche ni mu a ebeye sa na ndisi ni ete intimidie de me pese me sre Ghana fo ne se in fact ni ese enye ndisi ni no se LGBTQ bill no na ekufu adu ansan o ye bonsam no mo di omo ba pa omo be san en LGBTQ what is omo kan wasam
For the where?
what is omo kan wasam NDC for you very deceptive 24-hour economy omo so omo de ba na nipa adwuma ba ko nipa miensa aye ye hwe omo kwan adwuma omo ye adwuma one shift mpo untimi nti omo ka na three shift different three people how are you going to pay them? But omo followers no they are not pervious to reason. And their followers are so gullible in such a way said you making company for making biomujidi. I don't know. Voice me fancy na
Yo, me da say honorable Patabisa. Thank you so much. Excellent communication. Mayor, pacho Edru so why?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
By God's grace, I'm recovering. Thanks so much for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you too for the opportunity.
Unemployed graduates with disabilities.
Come again.
Oh, talk. You were saying something.
I mean, it's been a while. I've not been seeing you these days.
I'm not fine. So I mean, I had a health issue which has sidelined me for a while now.
And then I'm not aware.
Okay, yeah.
I'll call you. I'll call you behind us.
No problem.
And we'll have that conversation.
No problem. Yeah. So
I'm so sorry.
Unemployed graduates with disabilities, they are going on demonstration. So these are blind people, deaf people, some who cannot talk, some are paralyzed, all sort of disabilities. They are saying, say, John Mahama, give us employment now or face our wrath. These people were catered for under Akufo-Addo. John Mahama has left them to their fate. Cocoa farmers also, they are crying. Yesterday, I was so east. We realized that Sika Ghana, Sika there, Ghana had just said it will NDC for Boto. So when they come and tell you, say 18 tons of gold has been sold, now you know where the money is going to. So that's all we are discussing. And wait me, in 8 minutes, am I? Me that say.
Well, thank you very much. I think, sir, it's a very good time. Now we are using the opportunity to see the true character of the NDC as a political party. And MPP, no, I keep saying that this party is a party full of pseudologia fantastica. It's a party full of deception. It's a party full of fantasies. It's a party full of lies. It's a party that has rebranded itself as, angels, but they are indeed, liars and devourers, because the kind of things people are going through in this country today, if you really study this government, I don't think that in any right thinking person sense will want to support this government again. You see, the youth of this country must learn from this deceptive government, and going forward, they must learn to say no to them. Mahama actually lied to the youth of this country. And I keep saying that the person who actually, or who can be described as the best liar in Ghana, is Mahama and some of his appointees. The likes of Addo Forcing and the rest, they are all liars in this country. What haven't we been told in the heat towards the 2024 election? We were promised heaven and earth. We were promised gold and diamond. We were promised all forms of jewelry in this country. But today, the youth of this country are lamenting. They are crying. They want President Mahama to respond to their call. The 133 that the president promised the youth of this country is now, being done in darkness. Rather, it is only Parliament that is practicing the 133 together with the NDC themselves, who have extended it to 1334. That is why today, when there are issues rising from, corruption and the rest in Ayawaso East, you will see the government spokesperson, Felix Ofosukwachi, who is a big liar, who will tell us that it is only Baba Jama, who is the government appointee. He will issue one statement. Then the NDC as a government will also issue another statement. Then the majority caucus will also issue another statement. That tells you that one person, 3 shifts, 133. That is a complete practice of the entire, 24-hour economy. They have decided to shift it to releases. When the party gives another release, the government also issue a statement. Then the majority caucus also issue their own statement. So it tells you clearly that indeed this government is a deceptive government. Now, fast forward, you come to the likes of Randy Abbey, who in opposition decided to be a government spokesperson, an opposition spokesperson. Today, he is in government and he cannot, handle the issues. The issues are actually more than him. The reason I keep saying that when you are in opposition, you must be measured the kind of things you say. I have said over and over that Randy Abbey got the entire process wrong right from the word go. Because when he was given the opportunity, the first time he engaged the cocoa farmers, he decided to wear his, shoes, wear his, his shirts, neatly ironed. He decided to take his office chair to the cocoa farm instead of wearing Wellington boots and others. That tells you clearly that this guy is not fit for the job. He is not a man for the job. So for me, I think that the president ought to really understand that the guy is not the right man for the job, and rather either second him to the Ministry of Sports, or the president should lobby for a slot at FIFA and make sure that he is transferred to FIFA. I think that would help Randy Abbey, because when it comes to issues of football administration or issues of commentaries, he can be able to talk about those things proper than the issue of cocoa farm. Let's look at what is happening to our cocoa farmers. Let's look at what is happening to our older folks, our mothers and our fathers.
Mayor
Randy Abbey is still taking salary. He's still in that office ranting his mouth. I think that the cocoa farmers must go on a wild demonstration against them, and he particularly Randy Abbey, because he has taken the people for granted. Randy Abe does not fit to be in that office because one, like I said, his first appearance in the cocoa farmers and or at their farms, we could all see what he wore. Again, when it was Farmers Day in this country, Randy Abe decided to go on football expedition instead of, attending the cocoa, attending the Farmers Day. And when we talk about it, you see people who hallucinate and dream coming to his defense. Again, Randy Abe today, he is now telling us that the people should give him time. They should be patient with him. He's now apologizing to the people. Meanwhile, when you were in opposition, when you were given platform to be Metro TV, to be a host of Metro TV Good Morning Ghana, you were rather describing the then government as useless. Today, how would you also be described? I will not describe you as useless, but I will tell you that Onupa Otashi Ochati, Olenuchumo, Teeshinoya, go and resign. Mr. Randy Abe, you don't know the job. You can be a PhD holder, but it does not also mean that you understand the issues of, cocoa farmers. I strongly believe that Randy Abe, you are not fit to be in that office because you talk too much. A gentleman lacks the temerity. He lacks the bravado to be in that office. He does not really carry the weight that need to put him in that office. So for me, I think that the good people of Ghana are seeing the things that are happening. Again, another whack thing that happened yesterday has to do with the issue of Ayawaso East. For me, I don't have much to say. One, Baba Jama, he's a greedy and a selfish man. In his right senses, if I were to be him, I will not leave my ambassadorial position and come and contest that position. Two, he is an experienced politician, so one would have thought that even if you have anything to give to the delegate, you would have done it in a very modest manner. Two, I am struggling against the fact that Baba Jama was sharing those 32 inches TV, 3,000 Ghana cedis, and Nkosia and Meko. And you see, it is an insult to the delegate. It is an insult to the people of Iowa. So it is an insult to the branch executives of the NDC. You must understand that you cannot be bought, your conscience cannot be bought with Nkosia and Meko. And again, I am told reliably that Hajia also distributed buta or whatever, buta you call it, the kettle, the one that the Muslims use, the pour water in it and use it for prayers. How can you go and buy those plastic rubbers and be distributing it and think that you are buying the conscience of the people? Is that not stupidity? Is that not insensitivity? Is that not, shameful and disgraceful? A woman of your caliber, you are buying those things to buy the conscience of them. So for me, I think that the good people of Ayawaso is the branch executive. Your conscience have been insulted. And for the gentleman who shared the motorbikes, I don't know how true it is, but I am so much bitter for him because motorbikes that he shared, they are over 20,000 plus, together with 3,000 Ghana cedis that they were sharing to the people. And I'm told that Hajia even added $100 to the 3,000 she shared. We must be worried as a country. And for me, the shambolic letter issued by Fifi Koite, the likes of Felicity Fosu-Kwakye, and then the majority leader, they should be worried by now, because I am waiting by close of Tuesday if nothing happens to these people. And again, let me also state that Baba Jamal is not the only government appointee. Hajia, who is mourning the death of the husband, is also a government appointee because she's on two boards. If for nothing at all, I know of that of GMPC board. Wow. So for me, I think that this woman, together with the one who shared the motorbike, together with Baba Jamal, they must be answering some questions. However, I have seen a purported, shambolic, empty, nonsensical letter coming from the majority caucus led by Mahama Mayariga, who should know better, stating that the functional executive committee of the National Democratic Congress should he is requesting that they should sanction how do you call it? They should sanction the Baba Jama that he has actually breached the code of conduct. But I think that Baba Jama should not be the only one who should be sanctioned. They should sanction everybody, including the widow who is in the room and does not want to come out and is taking the death of the husband for granted, using that to lobby for vote. They must all be sanctioned. But one thing that I'm against is the fact that they are stating they've stated in that letter that whilst they are sanctioning all of them, they should not be allowed to contest for the next election. I strongly disagree. You cannot oppose them not to contest in the election. Mahama Yariga, you are not God. You are not the Constitution of Ghana. If you are the Constitution of Ghana, I don't think that you'll be giving frivolous reasons for people changing the name of Kotoka Airport and the rest. The people can be sanctioned. However, in our democratic system or our democratic dispensation, you have no locus to block people from contesting. They have to be allowed to contest. However, if the law is against money sharing and the rest, let the law deal with them. But
All
when
right.
it comes to the fact that you want to reopen the platform for them to contest, they have the right to contest again. And the last thing I want to say is that the NDC must be guided and must be very careful, because this narrative you have started, all in the name of pleasing Ghanaians, all in the name of saving your image laundry, forget it. It will never work, because the likes of Mahama Yariga and those majority caucus members who have signed that paper, their signature over there, are they telling us that they've not paid money to delegate to vote for them before? I am not in support of what Baba Jama said, but what I'm against of is the hypocrisy being peddled by the people issuing the letter. The likes of Felice Fosukwuachi, is he telling me that in AAK he has never paid money to delegate in AAK constituency before? Let's be careful. Let's be mindful the way we do this. But the law must take its course. And for the OSP, for him, I pity him. He has indicated to me today that he is not a firm leader. He is not a man of his own. He is not a man that has his own conscience. Instead, he is a man that pleases people, because why would you issue a letter and still rope in NPP in your first introductory letter? What does, in your first introduction, what does that mean? Why are you bringing in NPP? Was NPP involved in the vote buying and vote selling yesterday? No. If for nothing at all, NPP had its election last week. If you really wanted to push NPP to the wall, you should have issued a statement as at last week Monday. But you failed to do that because you want to please the NDC. You deliberately rope in NPP so that at the end of the day, they'll say that you are not doing favoritism. Mr. OSP Kisia Jabi, I'm disappointed in you. You and the ones who sought and constructed those language, you should be ashamed of yourself. Go back to the drawing board and ask yourself whether indeed you did the right thing. The law remains the law. However, the law must not be a favoritism to anybody. The law must work on its course. On this note, I want to say that Ghana is not for any political party. Ghana is not for any individual. The law remains the law, and we must make sure that in applying the law, we do not seek the face of pleasing anybody. Instead, we stand strongly in protecting the law that binds all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor Senyo, for that exciting communication and explanation. Auntie Selena.